have the greatest feeling ever that I'm not in frame. Oh. Is this working? Can you see me now? You can just send a food processor to my P.O. box. Today, because it doesn't matter why, I'm making an apple pie today. I have done this several times. It's something I enjoy doing a lot. Now, I say I enjoy doing it, but you're gonna see me get quite frustrated because my favorite part of making the pie, honestly, is making, well, it's not making, but I make a homemade pie crust. I don't buy a pie crust. Have you ever had those pie crusts? Like, I guess they're sufficient, but have you ever had a homemade pie crust? So good. So today, I'm in the process already of making the pie crust because the pie crust it's a process, honestly. I think I started making pies about a year ago. I can't even remember what made me want to do it. I think I just saw a video like on YouTube of this guy that just like whipped up a pie like it was no big deal, and I was like, I can do that. And everybody in my house loves pie, so I was like, I'm gonna make a pie. And I'm gonna make a homemade pie crust. Like, I'm balls to the wall making a pie. This one is for multiple reasons. I was too anxious and too not feeling mentally well to make my mom a birthday pie. And I was feeling the exact same way for Ryan's birthday, so I wasn't able to make him a birthday pie. But I'm feeling really good today. Today is the day. I have the stuff for the pie, and today is the day that we make the pie. Now, you would think after making this for a year, I would have the damn thing memorized, but I don't. So I always go back to the video that I originally found for making pies. And I go off of that for the pie crust. For the actual pie filling, I do my own thing. But for the actual pie crust, it's hard to remember like how much flour, how much this, how much that, and in what order, because you have to mix things up very precisely. And it's a pie crust. It's not just like throw the ingredients together, mix it up, and throw it in the oven. It's like throw the ingredients together, let it sit in the fridge, and then roll it out and hate yourself while you're trying to get it all flat and perfect, and don't rip it and break it and all of that stuff. The video that I follow, the guy uses a food processor, so it goes by much quicker. And so, yeah, I don't have one of those. And you would think I would find like maybe a video where it taught me how to make a pie crust without a food processor. But no, I just hand mix it every single time. I just torture myself. So basically what I did is 1.5 cups of flour, and I should have said this in the beginning. This is not vegan. This is not vegetarian. Well, I guess it is vegetarian because there's no meat in it, but it's not vegan. I have made a vegan pie once before, but it just wasn't as good. Basically, all you gotta do is substitute the butter, which you can find vegan butter at a grocery store. I know you can find it because I live in Oklahoma, and I was able to find like vegan butter at the grocery store. Okay, 1.5 cups of flour, 2.5 sticks of cold cubed butter, and 2 tablespoons of sugar and a teaspoon of salt. So that's what you mix up first. And that's basically essentially what's gonna be the dough. And what you do is you're supposed to mix this up until it looks like a wet sand. After that, you add in some ice cold water, which I have yet to prepare. So I have just pulled up the video, if you can hear it, on my laptop over here.
Measure out 6 to 8 ounces of ice water.
6 to 8 ounces? What is that? That's not even a cup! Ugh, I'm really kind of tempted to just go with what I have and add like a little bit of water and see what kind of crust this makes. 2 ice cubes in there, water. You don't actually want the ice to go in there. Too much water. I can already sense it. I can sense it! Ew! I don't like that sound. This isn't cold. Ah! We're gonna see how this goes. It's gonna be an adventure. Alright, so I have my trusty old wax paper that I like to lay out on my station to be extra clean. Just because, you know, I don't know. You clean the countertop, but like how clean does it really get? Who knows? Literally coat that baby in flour, as he says. Coat that little baby. Okay, so I have our little disc here, and it is ready for the flour. Now I'm gonna put this in the freezer, actually, is what I'm gonna do. Okay. So while that's in there, we get another bowl out, and this is a part that you're gonna, I have to peel and cut up a bunch of apples, and that's really boring. See, this is the part that I'm telling you guys, it's just boring. Because I just stand here and peel and peel and peel. And then I cut them up, and you gotta make sure you don't put the core in there, because who wants the core in there? Apparently those seeds are like poisonous. I can't have my family being poisoned. That would be a tragedy. No, I'm just kidding, I really would. See, this is where I wish I could play music, but, you know, YouTube doesn't want people to enjoy their lives. Oh, but use any of our boring free audio. You can do that. Hence the song that you're hearing under me right now. Boom, one apple, ready to be cut up. 7 more to go. Boom, there's another one. I'm gonna cut a part of my thumb off. Oh my god, I can't believe I said that I was gonna make like 5 of these for Thanksgiving. What is wrong with me? Look, here's the deal. I'm gonna turn the camera off. I'm gonna do the apple filling part. Literally all you do is cut up all these apples, and then you add in some cinnamon, and you add in some brown sugar, and you just kind of mix it all up, and the apple has its own natural, wonderful, yummy juices that flow out of it. You don't need to add any liquid, and I'll meet you when we come to the frustrating dough part, the crust part, okay? Cool. All we have left is the hard part. Alright. So the crust came out really good, actually. Probably one of the best crusts I have done thus far. I have already rolled out the easy part of the pie process. I don't just cover the pie with like one of these like solid sheets of crust. I do lattice work. So, a friendly little trick that we have done in my house for years is you just take a wine bottle, cover it in flour. It's clean. I cleaned it, don't worry. And use that as a rolling pin because it literally does the same thing. So, make sure you cover. I feel so weird because I'm like, this is an actual tutorial. So just keep putting flour on, keep rolling. Try to keep it in a circular, as much of a circle as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to be cutting this up so it's not covering the pan or anything. But see, this is why you have to keep flour on your, ideally, rolling pin. So I'm just going to kind of take some of this flour, rub it all over here. Now, just going to take the knife. What I do is take away that outside part because it's like all not pretty, right? And you want it to be straight because it's lattice. If you don't know what lattice is, it's when the pie has like that crisscrossy thing across the top of it. So now that I've done that, I'm literally just going to drag this down and then be ever so careful and lay it aside. Like so. And then I'm going to keep doing that and get as many as I can. Okay, so I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. We can get a couple more. So now what I'm actually going to do is a little bit of a fun part because you can't put the lattice on top of the pie without the filling in it. So what we do is we take our filling. I feel like I have my life together. Like I'm baking on YouTube. Oop. Oh, this smells so good. This might have been too much. Oh well. So just lay a couple across. And you just like, this is so hard to explain, but you just literally have to like weave this across. Like, I don't know how else to explain that. This is kind of the tricky part. And then you're gonna pull this off and pull that off and pull that off. Because we're getting to the end. We're reaching the end. I've made a mistake. You're supposed to put a cookie sheet or like a baking sheet in the oven before you start all this when your oven is already preheated to 500 degrees. Then you take it out, you set the pie crust on this hot fucking baking sheet, and then you reduce the temperature to 400 degrees and you let it bake for 35 to 40 minutes. Now, I'm gonna take this small little bowl. Normally I would use the actual egg whites, but I'm gonna try this, which I've never done before, because what we're gonna do is coat the top of this in egg whites. So here's what we have right now. Remember, it doesn't have to look pretty because it's gonna bake, it's gonna rise, it's gonna crackle, it's gonna do its thing. It's not a big deal. We're not being perfectionists here. So take this, just take your brush, and you just coat it all over it. This is what makes the pie crust just like amazing. Hey you guys, so I filmed that video like 3 weeks ago, and this is today, November 5th. I thought it was the 4th, but it's the 5th. And basically what happened is while I was in the process of filming, like nearing the end of the video, my mom came home, and so I had to stop filming because I felt awkward filming in front of her for some reason. I filmed with her around plenty of times and with people and all that kind of stuff, but I felt weird. And so I stopped filming, but all that's left to do is to just put the pie in the oven and then bake it for like 35 minutes. That's it. That's all you missed, was me putting the pie in the oven and then taking it out. So I have no footage of the actual pie coming out because my plan was, I'll just film, you know, like Ryan eating some of it and ask him what he thinks, and then I forgot, and next thing I knew, my family came over and like the pie was gone. So, and obviously it's gone now because it's been like 3 weeks. But I do have a picture that I did take of the pie, and I'm gonna put it in so you guys can see what it looks like. This was kind of a clusterfuck of a video, but I worked so hard on the editing in the beginning anyway, and I just was like, I'm gonna put it up. I've been gone because I just got like really, really anxious, and my panic was like, we've heard it, right? We've all heard it. And I just was kind of in like a rut for a little bit, and I haven't filmed anything since this video, and I started editing this so long ago, and then it's just been like my laptop's just been sitting beside my bed like untouched for 3 weeks basically. Originally when it was gonna come out, it was before Halloween, and I was like, I don't want to put a pie video out before Halloween because it's not a very Halloween thing, but now it's perfect because it's fucking November and we're cooking this month. I hope that you enjoyed this. I tried so hard to make this as short as possible. I had like chunks of videos, and like 3 of those chunks were 20 minutes each, so I had like over an hour worth of filming, and I tried to get it cut down as much as possible. But anyway, if you want a good tutorial to watch, I will put that in the link in the description, and you can go watch his video that's got way more views and is way more professional and way better, and that's how I learned how to make pie, was that video. That's the video I saw. This is too long of a fucking outro. Bye!
Missing some